Today, I'm going to be talking to you about focus. This is the first core pillar of masculinity, and this is the most important one. If you're one of those guys that you've struggled for a long time with getting women to chase, maybe when you put in a ton of effort, women show some interest, maybe you've gotten some interest in the past, this is what will actually create that magnetic pull to you. So if you're a guy that has always wanted women to be magnetically attracted to you, this is something that you should be working on all the time. This is like a core pillar for what makes you attractive. Your communication is more active. Your fitness, that's something that you do over time. Your finances, that's another thing that you do over time. Your focus is something that you should really dial in on. Okay, every single day you should be working on something that moves you towards your vision of excellence, towards your focus. Okay, and the reason this is important because women will always test you. No matter what, this is something I talk about all the time on the channel, but women will always test you. Women will always come to you and try to throw you off your path. And it's not really their fault. They're just doing this to make sure that you're strong. Women want to be reassured that you are strong. You're a strong man. You're actually like the guy you say you are. Because when you go up to her and you talk to her in like that smooth way and you start like flirting with her, she's like, okay, this guy's cool. She starts painting a picture in her head of like, who do I think this guy is? And you need to live up to that. You need to actually live up to that. And the only man that actually lives up to that is a guy with focus. Okay. And so this is just the driving masculine force behind every decision you make. Okay. Everything you do, every decision you make should be made through your focus. Okay. An unfocused man is weak. And what do we know about weak men? They repulse women. Okay. Women don't like weak men. Weak ass men dry up women between the legs like nothing I've ever seen. Okay. You talk to any girl and she would never say it up front because they're women are people. They're not going to be a dick to you, but it's repulsive. It's actually disgusting to women and not attractive at all to have a man that's not ambitious. Okay. And so women are way too nice to actually say it, but weakness is the fastest way to turn them off. Okay. And women will test you to see if your focus is actually true. So here are some examples. Okay. First, she'll say things like, if you're actually already dating her, or you've seen her a couple times, she'll say things like, baby, I miss you, come see me. Baby, I miss you, come hang out with me, come do stuff with me. And she's going to do that over and over and over. And every time you give into that because you need intimacy with her, you're giving up some respect that she had for you, right? You're losing that respect. You're losing that attraction because she's looking at you as this strong, masculine, like rock. And every time that rock is budged a little bit, she loses attraction because she's attracted to strength. She's attracted to the thing that doesn't move. And so every time she is able to move you, she starts to get doubts like, what else will move this guy? And so if you've ever had girls go cold overnight, it's because for a long time, for usually weeks or multiple days or even months, you've lost focus and you basically turned yourself into just this weak little buttery baby compared to what you were before in her eyes. Okay. And maybe you were the same guy the whole time, but that's why tactics don't really work, right? Because eventually she'll find out. Eventually she'll test your frame enough and she'll find out that you kind of suck. And so that's the point of this channel. We want to make you a guy that's attractive to women for the rest of your life. And we can't do that without making you into like a man, right? We can't do that without making you into a strong man that has focus. Okay. She'll say things like, skip the gym today, just spend time with me. You can do whatever you want to me. We can hang out. We can have sex. We can, the obvious one is like when women like tempt you with intimacy, basically, like we'll have sex or, you can fuck me, you can do this to me. You can do that to me. And at the end of the day, that's just not worth it because you might get that short-term pleasure. But as soon as you give into that instant gratification, it's all over. Like that's a 1% loss. It's a 5% loss. And enough of those losses stack on top of each other. It's downhill from there. And the problem is that when you give into those 1% losses, when you give into those short-term urges, it's much easier to give into those urges again in the future. Okay. And so if you need to be that guy that is really strong and masculine, you just never give into that. And so always have a red flag come up in your head, like always a little alarm system in your head that's like, if she's tempting me with intimacy, like, is this something that, if I give into this or if I have sex with her, will that compromise something I've said in the past? And you can never let that compromise anything you said in the past. I'm not saying like obviously don't have sex. Like sex is a very important part of a healthy relationship, but you shouldn't be having sex on her terms. Like, you should be having sex on your terms, obviously with consent, but it should be on your terms, not against anything you've said. Maybe you want to, maybe you're consenting to it, but you probably shouldn't be, spending time doing that. You have other shit to do that's more important. Okay. And she wants to be your third priority, especially if you're first starting to date. If you guys are married or you're getting married, she's going to be part of your family. Then, she moves up to number 2. But she doesn't want to be number 1 priority, and you have to remember that. Okay, your focus and your vision of excellence, what your life looks like in 5 to 10 years, that's your number 1 priority. Okay, girls will also say things like, "Oh, you're kind of a cocky asshole," right? Like, "Oh yeah, you're kind of cocky." Yeah, I am. You like it, right? You don't have to overcompensate. Be like, "Oh yeah, well, like, you fucking love it because women fucking love assholes or whatever." That's weird. That's just overcompensating. But if you know that you bring value, if you know that you're on your purpose, you're on your mission, and you're not doing anything. You're not being an asshole for the sake of being an asshole. You're just being firm and not afraid to offend. That's very attractive. And so standing by what you say is very important. Girls will also say things like, "Oh, do you say that to all the girls?" And you can just be honest. Like, yeah, yeah, I do. It's fun. Or like, yeah, I like flirting. It's a fun time. Or no, I saw your dress. I thought it looked good. Whatever, right? Just be completely honest. And inside of Attraction Accelerator, we have ways to pass shit tests. We have ways to pass these tests that are like laid out for you. And we talk a lot more about what tests come up. But right now, all you have to know is just like, tests are there to test your focus. Women test you to test your focus, test how well you can actually stay on track and stay on your mission. Okay. And just so you know, like, your mission, that's what you're focused on, right? That's your vision of excellence. Your vision of excellence is this thing that you want your life to look like, this holistic life that you want to live in 5 to 10 years, and you need to be working relentlessly towards that. Okay, girls will also say things like, this is my last one, "I don't like your outfit." Okay, cool, that's fine. I think it's cute. I like it, right? And just smile, don't react. It's totally fine. Every time you react and get butthurt and you like take things as insults, it just shows you that you're insecure. It shows her that you're weak. It shows her that, oh my God, if I'm married to this guy in 10 years and he is out in public and someone says, "I don't like your outfit," he might endanger me. He might get me into a fight. Like, women don't want that. Women want to be safe. They want to be protected. And so the thing that can keep you safe is this very grounded masculine energy that is not overly emotional. Okay, that's the only way to protect. Okay, and as a man, it is your duty, and it's literally the only guaranteed way to live a fulfilling life, to build a vision of excellence for yourself and actually focus on it every day for the next 10 years at a minimum. Okay, if you don't have a 10-year plan, I don't care if you're 65, 75, 85, you need a 10-year plan. Okay, that's how you die fulfilled. All right, you need to be thinking back and being like, okay, if I was 85 right now, would I be proud of what I'm doing today? Okay, and be really honest with yourself. I want you to pause the video, and I know 90% of you aren't going to do this, but pause the video and write down, what do you want your life to look like in 10 years? And chances are it's going to be very unclear, it's going to be very unfocused, but you need to start thinking about that. If you don't have a 10-year plan, none of this works, right? My entire 8-week program that I have, that I sell to guys that want coaching from me, where you see guys get girlfriends, you see guys get, laid for the first time in their lives, lose their virginities, like, that program, it all works because we set up a 10-year plan first. Okay, we have everyone set up a 10-year plan when they come in, so they know where they're going to be in 10 years so they can take action to get there. And you can make a lot of progress in that time, but you need to start thinking about it now. If you're not thinking about it, if you don't know, if you're just watching this video just because, I just want to get a little better with women, you're just going to get a little better with women in the next 10 years, and your life's not going to change. And that's me speaking from experience. I've wasted tons of time. I've wasted years and years of my life trying to get better with women bit by bit, when I could have just made a 10-year plan, stuck to it, and I would be way further than I am now in life in general right now, if I had just done that earlier. And so it's something I'm very happy that I've done recently, and I don't want you guys to make the same mistake. That's like the whole reason I make this channel. And what you have to understand is, like, men are builders. We have to be building at all times. You can never lead if your life and your emotions revolve around other people. If your emotions are dependent on others, then you're not focused on what you're building. Okay, so an example is, if you're just focused on building a body right now, you can start small. Set a goal for an aesthetic physique, right? Broad shoulders, get abs, lose some weight, feel better about yourself, get in better shape physically, start conditioning, start feeling leaner in your face, all that stuff, right? You can start to set very clear goals there. And that is your focus. Okay, you're focused on building yourself. You're not focused on what drama is going on TV. You're not focused on the new trade in the NFL or the NBA. You're not focused on anything that's happening outside of yourself. You're not focused on any of that. You're not focused on what this YouTuber said about that YouTuber. You're not focused on what this random lame dating coach said about this other random lame dating coach. You're not worried about any of that. You're worried about yourself and your vision and your focus. Okay? You need to be focused at all times, because think about it. If you're out there on dates talking about keeping up with the Kardashians with this girl, then she could just be on a date with one of her girlfriends. Okay? She wants a man. She wants a man that's building something, that wants to connect with her and is focused on the goal at hand, the mission at hand. Okay? Your focus and vision will inform all your decisions for the future. This is the most important skill to develop. Okay? Having a clear focus is the most important skill to develop, because you will be able to stay locked in and always make the right decision. Because as a man, your focus and your vision of excellence will guide every decision you make. And so guys always ask me how I can always seem to say the right thing when it comes to talking to women. And it's not because I know what she's thinking. It's not because I'm not psychic. I don't have the best frameworks or the best script in the world that always knows exactly what a girl's thinking. I don't have this all memorized robotically. I just know what my mission is. And so I can speak in alignment with that mission and that vision. And so it's attractive. It's attractive communication. That's all that matters when it comes to attractive communication. We'll talk about in the communication video that I put out in the next few days, maybe even the next week or so. We'll talk about what that looks like. But I do really want to emphasize that it's so important that you have a focus, because your life will only start to get better. And when I say 10-year goal, I don't need to get discouraged. Like, you're not going to only get results after 10 years of hard work. You're going to get results after a year of hard work. You're going to get results after 3 months. Like, when I started this journey, when I started learning how to talk to women, I got laid for my first time just approaching a random woman on the street after like 3 to 6 months. So like, and that was a really crazy experience, right? And so if I'm having those experiences, you can too. You just have to have a focus, and you have to have that long-term plan. Okay? You need to understand that trajectory is most important, right? Your trajectory will inform how women feel about you. Okay? So if you're broke now and you have a trajectory and you have a 10-year plan and you know exactly where you're going with your life, and you don't have anything going for you, you're kind of awkward, you're kind of shy, but you're coming out of your shell. You've changed recently. Your body is looking better. You're feeling better about yourself. Women are going to be much more attracted to that guy than a guy that might be a year or two ahead of you, but he's completely stagnant. Okay? And I've seen this firsthand. I've seen it with my clients. That's why guys get results in 8 weeks. It's because they have trajectory behind them, and women can see that they're not faking it. Okay? The key to focus is that you can't be faking it. It can't be fake. Okay? You need to improve, because you need to know where you're going, and then you can improve and you can get that trajectory behind you, and women will see that. Women will feel that energy coming off of you. Okay? And I just want to show this. This is what actually can happen. One of my clients, Dennis, just after a couple weeks, just noticed massive changes. Like, everywhere he was going, he would just get phone numbers, get laid, spend time with women, get numbers from dating apps. And also, like, he would just go to events. Like, he says here, like, he went to a wedding, and like a bunch of women were apparently like very into him and talking about how attractive he was. And it was just because he was starting to communicate more. He was starting to come out of his shell. He had a trajectory about him, and he had started working on his body, started building up attractive traits. And women will start to feel that. They'll start to sense that. Women are literally hardwired biologically to spot the winner. Okay, so when you start acting like a winner, even if you're not a winner yet, even if you haven't been winning yet, you will be. You will be, and she can sense that. She can tell. Like, women really spot that stuff very, very early, and they will try to lock you down, okay? Because the sooner you spot it, the more likely she is to lock you down, right? The more likely she is to sway you. But you have to stay focused. You have to stay focused on your vision and never lose trajectory, okay? So I have an action step for you today. I want you to journal one full page about one massive change you'd like to make in your life. And I'm being serious. A lot of you guys won't do this. A lot of you guys are just going to stop the video and be like, oh man, those are good emotions I feel. But the guys that actually want to change, the guys that realize that there are other men out there getting results that you want, this is super serious. Like, there are other men out there getting results that you want in your life, living your dream, that have the same exact genetics, same exact situation as you. And they're choosing to take action. And the guys that realize that, that realize, oh shit, we're competing at all times, they're going to do this. They're going to journal the full page. Okay. If you've always wanted to make a massive change, but you just never knew how to do it, this is one step that you can take that would literally move you closer. So why would you not do it? Okay. Why would you not just try it? So I want you to journal about one massive change. If you knew it was possible, just act as if. You don't even have to think it's actually possible. If you knew anything was possible, what's one massive change you would make? Maybe it's the women you would have in your life. Maybe it's building some muscle, going for a walk, being more confident, losing weight, right? Like all these things, not going for a walk. Then I want you to do something right now. After you journal, I want you to do something right now that moves you towards that change. Okay, so if you want to lose weight, if you want to get abs, go for a walk and do a light ab workout. Okay, if you want to build some muscle, do some push-ups. All right, if you want to feel more confident, talk to random people on the street, spread positivity, compliment people, start talking to people. Okay, these are all things you can do actionably. All right, in the next video, I'm going to talk about finances and how you can get those under control. I'm not going to go super in depth. I'm not a finance coach, but they are very important. It's very important to have goals and have financial stability and understand how to be resourceful, how to be a man that can take care of himself and really realize your role as a man with your finances. Okay, so I'm going to talk about that in the next video. Be on the lookout in the next couple days. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.